Hey there, welcome to my channel. My name is Jenny Penton, founder of Planner Perfect, and in today's video, it's another plan with me. Stay tuned. For you guys in the month of September to keep you inspired to write a better story. Today we are doing a plan with me. I haven't done one in a little while, so I thought it was time. I am going to show you what I have planned thus far up until today, which is Wednesday, and then just plan with me for the rest of the week over into the weekend. I do have a wedding this weekend, which is my son's, so I don't have that much to do, but I do have some things to do. So it's just a matter of me kind of getting ready, things like that. My son Taylor and his wife and my granddaughter Nina are here. So lots of just big stuff kind of happening. We're all here together again. I always feel incomplete when one of my children just aren't home. You know what I mean? And so when he gets here, I can't wait to kiss him and then kiss that Nina girl as well. And you know, she's Josie, which is Taylor's wife, my sweet daughter-in-law. She's pregnant with a son. So I'm so excited. I'm like, maybe I'll get a darkie because Nina Belle is blonde hair, blue eyes, which is, if you've ever seen my son Taylor, he's very dark. So it'll be exciting to see how this one pops out. I cannot wait. So he's here. I got to plan all this out and be really strategic, especially when it comes to just what I got to do for the wedding, seeing grandchildren, business, my cleaning schedule for starters, which, I mean, that's like a big deal. Like, I've added on to my life hours of stuff in my day, but I love it. I actually love it. You know, when you take just responsibility for something within the home and take it on, it's just like, that's what you're taking on with full intention, and you just take it on with pride. I mean, it's like, that's what you do. So I've really been loving it and enjoying it because I've been getting it a lot more cleaner. I'm more just keeping things abreast, and I'm aware of what more needs to be done. And also keeping it so that I can keep on it quarterly, seasonally. So seasonally, virtually, yeah, when you're quarterly, and monthly. So monthly and then quarterly. And that way I just really keep on top of it. You know, it's funny because when I had a cleaning lady, you know, it's like that kind of part of me just didn't exist for a while. It was like, well, she's got this kind of a thing going on. I really need to plan, you know, anything other than her doing it. It was just weird. It was like part of my brain kind of just, I allowed it to check out. So I'm glad to be checked back in with that, and just excited. So today I had a lot of really fun goodies that I did take with me to the store. I am in Adele crossbody, absolutely loving this for fall. I mean, how do you not look super cute running errands like this? You just do. And not to mention, you're checking out and you've got your Jennifer errand runner. By the way, these are launching. If you haven't seen the other video, make sure you do, of the 4 different colors that are launching this Friday. It's not going to be like Adele where it's a short drop, a small drop. This one is much larger. So we've got the Sophia, the Harper. By the way, it's Phoebe, not Luna. I have a Luna coming, and it's not the lavender. So the lavender is Phoebe. So it is Phoebe, Jaja, Sophia, and wait, Jennifer. Duh. Okay, so this one. So, and then of course I'm into my brown fur bag right now. Loving it, loving it, loving it. I'm going to transfer to my black one next month. And then right now I'm in my Adele, or should I say Adeline, single daisy. So I'm just feeling really just, you know, classy type of thing. By the way, I need to just kind of change out my charms. Forgot about that. I also need to change out my inside books. So I like to do my books seasonally. Like I don't like year-round stuff except for my New Year, New You girl that has the glasses. I usually keep her and don't do it seasonal, but then I'll do like seasonal books and I just swap them out. Don't use it all up, and then I'll go to like Christmas, and then I'll go, you know what I mean? That's just what's fun. And then I can swap them out, and it keeps you just kind of in it. It keeps you, because we're so, when things are aesthetically just beautiful and inspiring to us, we work in them more. When our home is clean and tidy, we feel good. And that's why we take such good pride in all of this. So, because it's inspiring to us, and that was the whole idea of just writing a better story where we're taking care of them. I wanted to do a really quick side note because of the fact that I have decided that, and I didn't really want to say this when the camera's facing down, but I want to just kind of look at you and tell you that I have done a lot of different ways to plan. There's so much out there on planning, even just looking around at different planning communities and such. This is me personally. Now listen, I'm coming from a place of, I'm a mom of 8. Mind you, I've only got a few left, but I have grandkids that I will watch off and on, blah, blah, blah. I also know what it's like to be planning with this method, having 8 kids in my house. I just want to tell you that a lot of times planners can be very complicated and there's just a lot going on. And I have done it myself, and I'm just here to tell you that I feel like they're overwhelming. I feel like tracking your mood. Let me give you an example. Tracking your mood, tracking your water, tracking your exercise, tracking this and that, I feel is kind of a setup for failure. I just do, because I mean, number one, how about we just drink when we're thirsty? Number two, if we're gonna do a new routine, you literally have to create the goal and intention. Your why has to be you have to be so grounded in your why that, and you have everything ready to go, and you know when, how, it's choreographed, blah, 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 so that you have full intention of doing it. And you just do it. You set your mind to do it. And it's more scripted in a way. And so scripting is going to be more advantageous than checking something off, than tracking, than anything else. I feel like when you script, you feel like you've already done it. You don't even need a check mark. It's like you're going to script out exactly how that looks, when you're going, what you're going to wear when you go walk or go to the gym for the first time in a long time, or doing this, running on the treadmill, whatever you're going to do. That's what you got to do instead of, now, if you want to have a goal of drinking water, let's say you're coming from drinking Diet Pop all day and you want to start drinking water. And so you're deciding that you want to track it. You could do that. But it's not a long-term type of a thing. If you want to just draw something at the bottom that you can do for yourself and to do, I think that that's great. I think I'm just talking out loud because there's just a lot of things that you can do on your planner pages, but I'm just here to tell you, you don't. It just needs to be simple. If you're going to drink water instead of pop, get rid of the pop. So there goes that. If you want to stop going to Starbucks all the time, just stop doing it and know why you are. And you just start drinking water. You know, so bring your tumbler everywhere that you're going to go and drink your water. You don't even need to drink it all the time. There's so many reels too. It's just so funny how women now bring tumblers everywhere to, just like they have to drink water. It's like, how about we all relax? Anyways, so it's just a lot, and you don't have to be a lot. Your scripting actually does all that heavy lifting for you. By visualizing through scripting, your life virtually needs no tracking. And when you track your mood, like, your mindset should be first in the morning. Like, what do you do with that? Like, oh, I was grumpy today. Like, is that all you're going to do with that information? I don't understand the track your mood. Maybe someone could enlighten me more and I've got it all wrong. If you're going to track your mood, are we wondering why we're grumpy or we were mad or angry or something like that? But the idea is that we want to wake up with even before we wake, and we want to be like, this is going to be a good day. What a wonderful day the Lord has made. We're going to rejoice and be glad in it. Visualize your day. Know that it's going to be, tell your body and your mind it's going to be a good day. Tell your mind. Don't let your mind and your feelings tell you. You start telling your mind. You have to be at the helm. You have to be at the helm. And this conscious mind must begin to start to be the boss instead of just allowing things to kind of flow in unfiltered. Begin to be the boss of it and to tell it what to think and what to do. And I created a video on affirmations and just meditating on God's word, just using affirmations to begin to, even robotic. And when you do that, you hear it so many times that it's because it's repetitive, it becomes habitual. Now what you've said becomes a mind habit, and it will just produce for you. The subconscious mind literally produces for you. It produces for you. It gives you a thought, maybe, and usually we're running on autopilot. So our default that we've never bothered to change or question. So then something in our subconscious mind will be triggered. It'll give us a feeling and a thought, and then we act on it without even like, well, I felt like I had to do this, or what, you know what I mean? We don't even question anything like that, but we're on this program. Do you even like the program? If you don't, change the hardware. And one way to do it is by visualizing at night on who you are, and what you desire, what you truly desire. And then in the morning, do the same thing. And with scripting, you're writing out in longhand, so you actually are visualizing, and your mind doesn't know if it already happened or not. So you don't even, honestly, when you script, I don't even need to hardly look at my planner the next day. I remember everything I'm going to do. I just walk and do. And that's the subconscious mind at work. You're flowing in your desires and your intentions. So, having said all that, don't complicate things. Just script your desires from beginning to end for your day. You think it's a little bit of too much legwork, but this legwork is literally life-changing, life-giving. This is where you got to take the time. If you only are vague, if you are just writing some to-dos and you don't even want to bother with that you feel like just a couple bullet points or a couple to-dos, or you're just real, decorative happy and aesthetic happy, but there's not much going on in your life, there's not much life going on, now you have a problem here too. It's all about the balance. And you're inspiring yourself, everything is aesthetically pleasing, but you're writing your life from the beginning of your day till the end of the day. You've got goals in the beginning for that specific month that you can keep going to, adhering to, pulling from and bringing in. You've already done all the brain work over on those goals too. So when the time is right within that month that you planned on executing it, you pull it over and you start knocking that out on how you planned how to execute that goal. So anyways, that's the legwork here, not simple tracking. And sometimes you do need to do stuff. I'm going to be talking about that as well. I got another diet change I'm doing. I'm telling you what, I'm literally an experiment, like a lab rat. But I'm going to share just a brief thing about my thoughts again, about my diet. I'm going to share with you again why I bumped into problems once again. But you know what? I'm kind of excited about it because every time I bump into problems, it helps me fail forward. Because even though there's times I've really beaten myself up, like, Jenny, if you just would have been more consistent, if you just would have not done as much as you did. But man, I've tried so many different things and I've done so many different things that I feel like I've not only do I feel like I've kind of came back around again, but in a better place, mindset wise, and more knowledge and more educated. So I'm gonna just briefly talk about that. Just because I think, not for you to follow, because I think we're all different, but just the importance of checking in with yourself and giving yourself a self audit. So when your main focus is going to be writing down how you want to live and how you want to be and how you want to dress and how you want to present yourself to the world, how can you make changes to level up? You're always going to be thinking about how you're going to level up. How can you be a little bit more out there? How can you be a little bit more, making some jumping into faith, taking a leap, taking a risk, going into the unknown, doing things you've never done before. Change the way you do things just to switch things up for the sake of switching things up. If you find yourself in a rut that you're doing things that you've always done, it's time to switch things up. That's why I do love seasonal change and seasonal routines, because I honestly don't like doing the same things for very long anyways, which is probably why even with diet, I get like in health and stuff, I'm always like, how can I change this up? I don't know what it is, but I just love just something pulled in that's fresh, new, and things like that, that I can do to maybe always improve, and just always like, how can I improve this? How can I improve? How can I improve? How can I grow? How can I level up? What can I do better? How can I change? How can I reframe? How can I word things differently? Even for me, I had people-pleasing problems in my 20s and 30s. And instead of looking at that like, oh, boy, that's horrible, I was a people pleaser, but being one enabled me to look inside myself and figure out why, and then how I can overcome that, because I can overcome anything. And with the power of God within me, I can do anything. And so, because me being whole and perfect is how God created me. So it's always your return back home. We always get out in the periphery a lot, but our goal is always to come back home and to get centered again. And so, it's just a matter of choosing God again, instead of like identity and codependency. And so one of the things that I've even done and I've incorporated in my life as of the last, maybe 10 years or so up until now, but it's like, it just, instead of like, hey, can you this? Or, oh, if it's okay with you, I won't even say can. If it's something that I need or something that I really want and I'm firm about it, I feel like I have the right to know what I like and what I choose and what I desire. And so I'll be like, hey, I'd like this done, and I would like to have this, and I'm going to order this, I'd like this, and I need this done. Thank you. It's that kind of a thing. It's even reframing, rechanging, and so you grow, you level up, you understand, you grow. And so when you're scripting, your planner should be not full of fluff, not too aesthetic, nothing on the page. This is your life here. And to be able to know what you desire and write that down in detail is what it's about. If you're going to drink more water, write down that you're going to drink more water and why you're drinking more water. Then that's done. You don't even need a track. That's my point. This whole thing with too much little bit of work, nobody sticks to that. Listen, if I am like one of those women that could possibly be that type. No, not for very long, maybe for 2 weeks, and then that satisfaction wanes. It's like, why am I doing this again? Like you're in elementary school. I don't view my life like that. I want you to view your life more like a woman with intention, living to be her fullest. And you can have whatever you're desiring, like right now. Just start taking the steps. I'm gonna exercise and I'm gonna do this, and these are the reasons why. I'm gonna start getting up earlier so I can accomplish more throughout my day. Or I want to wake up early so that my children, I'm not dressed in sweats and no makeup on to take the kids to school. I'm gonna change things up. I'm gonna look well. I'm gonna read my Bible, and I'm gonna have a cup of coffee even before they wake up, and that way I am filled up my cup before I handle serving the day. Obviously the possibilities are endless on on how you can level up your life. So make changes, okay? Make changes in your life just for the sake of making changes. Always be changing things up to grow and level up. Be thinking how you can improve. How can you improve? How can you improve? How can you improve? And what could you do to make those changes happen like right away? And just script them out. Because when you can get the mind on board, it's going to help you out. It'll be more effortless if you can get the mind on board. If you're only just going to work with the conscious mind there, your subconscious mind, if you haven't even, like, if you can you can say something all day long with your conscious mind all day long, but your subconscious mind, who's not used to working out, is going to be like, yeah, let's start tomorrow, because like we don't exercise, and I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like, do you even need to exercise? Is it even really good for you or something? You know, it's just like all of those thoughts are going to come in. You're not going to be prepared for it. Now, if you are prepared for it and you understand how the subconscious mind works, you'll then know that those thoughts are just challenging you because you're doing something new, and you can say, bye-bye, I exercise because I like to feel good and it's good for my body. You know what I mean? So, but there's a difference. So I just want you to know that when you're ticking off boxes, you're working kind of on this, the frontal part of your brain. You're doing this, the conscious mind, and it's going to wane and it's going to be boring, and it's nothing fulfilling, where as much as if you can make really long lasting change by just scripting something out simply, which will help tell your subconscious mind, you're definitely serious. Your mind's going to think you've already kind of lived it because you're kind of scripting it. You can visualize it. It's like, oh, okay, I'm going to boot this out to her and help her. This is what she wants. This is what we're going to do. So again, what we speak, what we say, what we think, what we do, what we write, all of these things matter because it's who we become and it's what we'll experience. So don't major in these minor little things. Keep your pages just fresh and scripted of your day's intentions without all the barrage of all of these tasks at the bottom. And I even thought about it for a hot second of maybe putting it at the bottom of some of my new pages that I might think of doing for 2025, but I've gone against it. I think that they are things that women think they love for a new year, and then those just don't get used, and then we end up feeling like they should get ticked off, and then like, oh, I got to mark this off, or oh, does it count if I have tea? You know, who needs that noise? It's a lot of racket. It's a lot of racket. So also too, with my diet, I've even changed it up again. I even had to write a short note in my goal section of my planner. I am noticing with my body, I've been more strict plant-based, more lower fat for, I don't know, over a month now, I think. It's even 2 months, I think. And one of the things that I've noticed, I feel really good, okay? But here's the thing. I decided to go more grains, so I was eating some oats, and they were organic, and I was making sure I was still like doing plant milk, and I was, you know, and I noticed, oh my gosh, I was getting full-blown bloating. And, you know, I am gluten intolerant. And so I thought, I have to cut out all grains again. And when you are going plant-based, you're cutting out a lot. So I'm like, what am I eating then? Fruit and like what? Vegetables then? And so and a potato, and that could I just got to thinking like, what? Then I noticed that my feet, so my feet are, bottoms of my feet are the hugest markers of my health. Not even kidding, aside from my labs. My feet get so dry that they turn black because they pick up everything off of the ground outside. I like to walk barefoot everywhere, but it's just like, it's black again. Now in the summer, when I was eating grass-fed, steak and eggs and things like that, my feet were as smooth as like the palm of my hand. That's how your feet should look, right? Plant-based, lower fat, I start to notice that I get like this saggy skin, right? Like my arm sags. Like if I go like this, it starts to sag. I'm like, what the HE double hockey sticks? And then my feet turn black and extremely dry. Like they're screaming for moisture. And I could lotion up all day long. I could pumice them all day long. It comes back the second I stop. And it's the fat. So now I could eat an avocado, but is that what I need? I'm going to do an experiment. I'm going to add in grass-fed meat again. And I'm going to see if that resolves itself, which helps me feel a little bit more with satiety. I was having problems with that. I just felt like I was just vegetables after vegetables after vegetables. All I know is I'm dried up in a prune and I'm starting my skin sagging. So I need to make sure that I do get good fats in there. And I feel that I'm just very clean, very whole foods. And I'm going to do that and see if it fixes itself. And I'm just realizing this is where I kind of like grew up in my health space, is that I'm not going to go into a box. Like I felt like almost, it wasn't like I consciously thought of it. It was almost subconscious where I was like going to different segments of the health sectors and just claiming them and saying, okay, I'll try this, I'll do this. And because that's how, this is the right way. That's the right way. Maybe this is the right way. Well, how about it's a mixture of whatever makes your body personally feel better? So if I'm gluten intolerant and I've had labs, I have a lot of, deficiencies and things like that. I also have a vagus nerve problem, which I'm working on. That's also with that lack of signaling. My gut doesn't get proper signaling. So I'm working on that. So while I'm working on that, I feel as though I obviously need more fats and things like that. Now I know it, when I've gone even carnivore before, my feet were also baby butt smooth. So I'm like, ding, 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 I need to go. I've also done heavy plant-based fat diet where I'm like more high fat plant-based, so I could get omega-3s through flax and avocados and then like vegetables and fruit. Dry as a bone. So it's got to be an animal fat component of what I am deficient in. And this is where I'm coming in, is that everybody's different. And I think everybody should figure things out for themselves and what their body needs to heal. And guess what? That's not even rocket science. That's a Jenny thing that's like, why didn't you figure that out? I mean, and God bless my husband, because he's always like, wow, what are you doing now? I'm like, yeah, well, guess what? And then, like if I do eat egg whites, I get eczema. I'm like, oh, it's the egg whites. Okay, I gotta take that out. Or then I start to get peripheral neuropathy if I start to have gluten. After 30 days, I get peripheral neuropathy. I take out the gluten, this goes away. It's like, I have to stay on track, understanding that it doesn't have to be a box. And I think that I get off track if I were to just, and this video is going way longer than I ever intended, and my apologies, but I just feel like saying this might help someone who's struggling and feeling like, well, is it me? Why isn't this working? But when I put too much trust in the doctors and not into myself and what God says for me and where I should move and where I go. And so I'm trying to figure things out on my own, and I've really been failing. And I listen to these doctors almost like they're gods. And one would have me on 20 different vitamins at one time. And I remember I had vertigo from it. I was like, my God, and so then, you pay $250 to do a telecall, so you can tell him that, you feel sick. It's like, what's wrong with just like eating food to heal your body, by the way? And so that discouraged me to the point where I didn't want to listen to what other things he had to say. So I kind of threw the baby out with the bathwater. But I found that was a mistake, because they're labs. So it's not like it was what he told me as much as it was my labs. So it's like, well, labs don't lie. So I got to go back to what I know about what I'm intolerant to, what I'm sensitive to, what my food sensitivities are, and I need to listen so that it can actually heal. And again, when my neck was really jacked up and I didn't go to Florida and I didn't know any better, I was only trying to do it through diet alone, and anything that I tried for any length of time didn't matter. I was still having problems with my ear and my neck and all of this problem. So, but once I went to Florida, when I found out the nature of how bad my neck was and how I had no jugular vein flow and I had no vagus nerve flow, he was like, that's the answer to all your problems, actually. If you can get these things opened up, they can communicate with your body and it can drain your junk from your brain. You've got to get this going right now. And so once I started to do that, my life changed dramatically. And so now I just need to and so I've just been going through a lot of different things to try to figure this out. So anyways, girls, I'm going to keep you posted. I can't wait to show you my soft, smooth feet. I know it's going to happen. And who needs like saggy elbow under the other side of the arm bows? You know, I was like, no, I ain't doing it. And I remember it happened to me before when I was vegan for a while, but I thought, well, maybe, you know, I'll eat more avocados, but I've been there and I've done that. And I think your body needs good fats, and yes, plants can do it, but I'm going to do the animal-based fats just because I feel that it benefits me more. And don't even get me started about how I listened to a different argument about mTOR and how about protein. So I don't even want to waste your time. Let's get into planning. Let's go and let's plan the rest of my week. Okay, so I got this. I've got my Jennifer here, which I wrote. I just wanted to show how I wrote in what I needed. And then here, of course, is just the Adele crossbody bag. And we have different webbing straps you can mix and match. But I'm not going to lie. I look like $1 million with this on today. I'm not even going to lie. Roomy, delicious, has everything you need. And then there's that pocket, you know. So, yeah, gorgeous. And then, hi. So perfect. Okay, let's get in here and look at my pages. I've already did a video on, this was from the September box. I did a video already on my goals, so make sure you check that out. And here is the wedding that I'm preparing for this week. Here is my week at a glance. And here's my Monday, my Tuesday. Wrote on the back of this, it was a diet adjustment here that I did. And then I added a little bit right here of what I'm adding to. So, yeah. So I got Monday, Tuesday, and then here's today. And I just want to really just jump right in. I've got all my favorite Tombos that I'm using. Isn't it beautiful on the inside? I love that red. So these are my new favorite pens. Got my washi, and my Tombos, my palette for this is just kind of, those bestest of the best of the fall colors. So, yeah, I just put those in there right now. And I've got my scissors. Now, I probably will also be using my black pen case, which is coming at the end of this month. So be looking out for that. Okay, let's go ahead and we're going to write out Thursday. I'm going to take this out. And can I just say, I have been journaling in my book here. There's just some private stuff in that little area, but I've been really going at it. And I'm working. It's been amazing. And I've been doing my gratitudes. Part of what I've been working on, this isn't even my affirmations as much as just my gratitude. And then my affirmations I've kind of been writing in my planner. So I've been really doing that well. This is from Odd Girl. I love it. Doesn't it look cute? And then it's kind of where I'm holding my stickers right now. And then I've got, this is what I've been doing in my business, how I've been doing it. So, okay, let's go. Girls, I've kept you a long time. But did I say I was going to... This one's new. Okay. I think I put down, this is the blend. I think it's a zebra pen. It is outrageously good. Okay, so I'm just gonna cheat brush letter this Let's see. You know what I love to do when I go with my boys to run errands too, is I love to play 80s music. And today I blessed them with Duran Duran Wild Boys. One of my faves. Okay. So lots of changes, lots of different things I'm thinking of, little experiments, you know, nothing I need to necessarily track per se, but just know that I had started this month, you know, and just give it a few weeks and see what happens. How do my feet look after this, you know? That kind of a thing. Let's put some. So I really love to put my whole thing down, what my whole routine is. Now, I've been doing my cleaning as we discussed, and so I really write down what I'm cleaning. And one of the things that I noticed is that, you know, when you have a certain day that you're doing something, it's like, okay, well, if you're dusting, like, that's a lot. If you think about it, there's a lot to dust. Like, you could break that down into 5 days just on dusting. I mean, am I right? I mean, bookshelves, windowsills, my son's gaming tables, my son's dressers. Is that a feather duster moment? I know that you can kind of keep it up with feather dusters, but man, I really needed to get in there with a nice wet rag. So it took me a little bit today to do that. No, I didn't dust today, but yesterday when I did my dusting, and it was a big deal. So I've also been kind of writing down, like, dusting day, bathrooms day. That also is kind of a heavy hitter, but it's just very much worth it. No, so today I don't have to do anything for no deep clean because I did both today and yesterday. I did today and tomorrow today, because Taylor's in town. So I don't want to be spending my day mopping the floor when he could be popping over any moment. So I like to write good morning. It's just, I'm weird like that. Okay. So I always wake up at the same time. Up at 6 a.m. I do my 1 cup of coffee, and sometimes I'll do 2. It kind of all depends. Coffee and reading. I will do my Bible work and the book I'm reading. So I'm always in a current book. I think it's called, the book I'm in now is like called, I forget. It's like really, it's hard to even I forget. But I'm reading it, and I will keep you posted on that. I think it's just really good about, he was a plastic surgeon. He talks about how when he would do different work on women's faces and things like that, sometimes they would actually change because they felt better about themselves, and then their whole world changed because they felt better. So he really got involved in the mind and the way you feel about yourself. Not that we all need plastic surgery. That was not what he was talking about. It's just his observations of being a plastic surgeon. And, you know, someone where they might have gotten into an accident even, or something like that, or whatever. And, but it was fascinating to him on how much it changed his life. And then there was how it changed their lives. But there were even some, though, that were radically changed with what he had done, and everything was a success, and they didn't change. And he wanted to really, like, their lives didn't change. It didn't make them feel better. So he wanted to get to the bottom of that and find out why. And the whole book is about it. And I think it's called Cyber Psychonetic. I forget. My gosh. I got to probably just put it down at the bottom. But I wanted to do a separate YouTube video on it when I was done reading it, because it's really fascinating. So, and then I will shower. Once I do that, well, it's John and Jenny time right here. This is where we kind of chat about work and stuff like that. It's our coffee chat. So he always wakes up later than me. I always talk to him when he comes down finally, and I'm like, wow, Sleeping Beauty is now awake. Okay, so shower. And then I always go over my plans. Shower, no need to wash hair today. I kind of do it every other day. That's going to make it easy. And I'm going to then make the beds and tidy. I run into the boys' room, and just to make sure that their bathroom is kept up from when I cleaned it last. So it has been, so it's been really great. So tidy the bathrooms, and then I always start the laundry. My laundry room's up on the upper level, and fold any. Start and fold and put away. The other day I washed all my couch, I unzippered mine off my couch cushions. I was able to zipper them all off and wash them and dry them, and I feel like I have a new couch. It is so clean. And I think it was Oliver, maybe it was Molly, somebody puked on it, and I was like, wow. So I was like, I don't think I should just like try to blot this and clean it. I'm just gonna unzipper all of them now and wash them and do them. And man, they turned out so good. Praise the Lord. Everything looks amazing. Okay, so then downstairs I start breakfast. And they've been really doing eggs and toast. I have my homemade bread that I did on my baking day. And for me, I don't know yet, so I'm going to leave that there for right now. I'm going to call Onyx Nail Salon, get in the afternoon. I just want to make sure they're looking perfect before the wedding. And so then I'm going to clean up. And I'm just going to wait for Taylor. I know he said he'd be popping in today or tomorrow. I'm writing on Thursday, and I feel like I'm living the day. That's exactly what I'm talking about, girls. Like, I am operating on what my Thursday is going to be like, and I feel like I'm in that day. I'm like, well, Taylor should be calling me anytime now. Did you see that? Because my mind is there. And see, my mind doesn't know. My subconscious mind does not know whether or not I am living out this day, yesterday, future, past events. Has no clue. But it wants to help you out and help things for you to move on. That's why we always want to be very intentional about how we program our mind. And this is one way to do it. It's the best way to do it. I mean, it is awesome. I'm going to do spaghetti and meatballs tonight because there I go again. Spaghetti and meatballs tomorrow night, because I think that'll be perfect and get Josie and everyone and Taylor to stay. Maybe I could do a whole family dinner, get everyone over. So we'll find out. So spaghetti and meatballs, and I'll make up some braided garlic bread. Dishes out. And in on this day. I also love to go back over to what I wrote on my week at a glance. So Taylor home, figure out, okay, wait, that's not even today. This is the day I'm working on. I'm also tanning every day this week. I've got to be, it's a wedding, guys. I've got to be looking my best. Oh, I was also going to bake the cupcakes. So this is really great. So we could put up here. So today, so for Olivia, my future daughter-in-law, I'm making her with the ancient grain flour cupcake, 2 dozen cupcakes, so that she can eat them, because she has IBS and she can only eat the ancient grain cut flour. So I'm going to make that for her. And then I also got some more from Omaha Bakery, and so I'll pick some of that up. So, but today I'm going to bake the cupcakes and freeze them. I'm making her my chantilly cake, which reminds me, what paper cup liners do I have, and how am I going to transport these? Target run once again. I can do that though, because if I'm gonna go tan, run to Target for cupcake needs. So that's, your mind just really starts to get, when you start writing it all out, nothing is really a surprise. This is the first time I really wrote out, okay, Thursday, I mean, I knew I was going to be doing it on Thursday just for my week at a glance. I knew that. But when you really get down there and start writing it all out, you're like, wait, do I have everything that I need? And so I don't. Oh, what else? I had something else in my mind. Oh, I need crickets. I tell you what, it's a forever thing for me. Let me tell you. So actually, and then I was going to do my nails. Boy, I need to find out when Taylor's coming. So so now look at how this all kind of converges in together. Maybe I'll only get one day done with you girls. I know, right? Run out and do this early. See, now I really write out like what I'm brain dumping out. That's how I do this, because it gets out of my mind. It's out on paper. It just helps me choreograph. It's like, wait, I don't want Taylor to come home and I'm at Target and tanning and getting crickets. What could I make them for lunch? Do I need a charcuterie going? Yeah, probably. So let's get charcuterie then. Okay, so here it would be, get my nails done. Tan first, because they're open earlier than the nails. So get the nails done. Run to PetSmart, and then run to Target. Call Taylor. If he can come after lunch, and will he be staying for dinner? So now I've got to really think this through. And it's funny. If it was my daughter that would come, that was in Hawaii, we would have had a lot more probably clearer conversation. Just so I know, with all males, he's very like, hey, I'm en route. You know what I mean? They don't really, they think about really, yeah. So anyway, I'm going to find out from him, are you coming? Charcuterie supplies. I'm just going to grab some goat cheese and some really good cheese and some really good crackers and maybe a baguette. And they can kind of have some of that. Then if he wants to do that, I can bring up and segue into, do you want me to invite the whole fam over and you can see everybody? Even though we're going to be together over the weekend for the wedding, do you want me to see if everyone can come over and we can all get together? So doing that. So if I keep it there, I can bake while, you know, Nina plays and I kiss her. And they're over. I also feel like I need a really good fall cookie. Maybe my molasses cookies. Nina Bell would love it. So I'm gonna do that because I want them to have that kind of fun stuff going. And then of course bake the cupcakes. I'm gonna write it all out. Kind of bake the cupcakes. Make a braided bread. Molasses. Chocolate chip cookies. Those are a perfect fall cookie, let me tell you. And then I'm going to start, I'm going to freeze these so they're perfect for the wedding. I want them fresh. Start the spaghetti sauce. And if I'm going to do meatballs, I better take out the 2 pounds of our grass-fed beef. I mean, do you see everything that has to go into this? I like to put it underneath little things that can stand out. No deep. I'm glad I did my cleaning today. Good grief. Call Taylor and bake. And if it ever looks a little crooked, I just come back and fix her up. Then so I'm gonna just play with Nina until they have to go home. And I think they're staying over at Josie's parents' house is that's what they're doing there. Now I'm just gonna put a couple stickers there. I know that I'm probably going to even be adding on to this. I'm not even kidding. These are my sticker sheets that I also like this to highlight because it's, and this will be nice because my home will be very, very clean and tidy. And so just from all that, you should see it, it's sparkling, like literally sparkling because of me with my cleaning schedule, which I have Monday bathrooms, Tuesday dusting, Wednesday vacuum, bathrooms, dusting, vacuum, floor washing, catch all day, and bedding. So I'll do beddings on the weekend. And so for me, also, like sometimes I've been doing even like my affirmations here, which is really great. Yeah, I bet you anything I can find. I just love to leave little gaps because even tonight when I go in here and look in here, I'll be able to see. I'll need to know something. I'll need to know something. Let's go ahead and brush letter something here for Friday. Get it set up for me. And then we'll part ways, girls. I will try to remember to show my page maybe on Instagram Or maybe I could do just a week flip through. Let me know. I'm also going to be doing several videos for you. Leave me a comment down below if there's any videos that you would like to see from me that could help you out in I wasn't thinking. I wrote September, and you know what? That's fine. I was thinking about how I need to have my husband start the grill, and look at where my mind went. But which is totally fine, because I'm going to just do Sunday over here. You know, what are you going to do? So this is actually wedding day. I mean, there's lots. Like Friday, around 11 a.m. Pick up the cupcakes. Omaha Bakery for the wedding. I'm gonna actually frost my cupcakes here, 2 p.m. We actually are the ones who did the pulled pork for the wedding. So this is where I'd like to get everything over today, and if that's the case, then I would frost my cupcakes too for Olivia. You know, the importance of writing it all out is really just unclogging your brain. It's like such a brain dump. So I mean, I really write it out, like, frost my cupcakes for Liv, then if we are bringing over everything to her today, which is really ideal for me. Like, that's really something that I want to do. I really don't want to come into the wedding with my dress on with 5 billion, 7 dozen cupcakes and pulled pork. I don't. I just want to waltz in. So I think it would be best to be all prepared, and I don't want to, you know what I mean? That's the kind of thing I gotta find out what's happening. Like, let's have this discussion, because no one's talking about it. But I definitely am. So I'm actually gonna probably call her after I get off the phone. That's how serious I am about this. And I can't even tell you how much I feel like Sunday is going to be like wash my bedding and put on some stew. So I don't even really want to write much on that day right now, because I don't know what's going to be. I got to do some more really heavy thinking. What date is this? 13th. I should know that. So guys, there you go. You know what I mean? It's like lots. It's like, that was a lot. That was a lot we talked about today. But, you know, when it comes to planning your life, what are you going to do? There's just lots to talk about. So, guys, there you have it. Let me get myself all cleaned up. This pen, this blend pen, it's by Zebra. It's a dream. I didn't even show you. It was my whole point was to kind of show you where I had put my errands. But it's fun to have, like, I have this in here, and then this is my errands. And then for today, when I went out, I had my just everything that I needed, and it's all just right here. And I'm telling you, I need to get my fall books. Okay, guys, thanks for showing up with me today to plan for a plan with me. Until next time, together, you guys.